Howdy, comic book nerds. I can say that I'm one too. Sheridan can't because she's not that much. But this is Sheridan, my girlfriend and partner in collecting. Introducing
Still
herself.
presenting myself.
Lovely. She was in my first comic book haul as well.
I made some features.
Yep. Also helps me make just about everything I make. For this comic book video, we're going to look at what's coming out this week / month of late November 2021, but also look at what's going to come out in the next couple months, even early next year, 2022. Essentially, we're just going to go through what's in the new releases of my comic shop, Comic Bookaroo, and anything else we can come up with too. I'm going to make these in the style of some of my favourite comic book YouTubers. Daz, the Comic Key Chaser, he's a British comic YouTuber. And Mike Spider Slayer, who's he runs Comic Book Corner 2.0, as well as the Facebook group of the same name. Yeah, so nice. both of those don't have music. I find that that's the nicest way to go about these. Just enjoying talking about comics, hearing about comics, learning about comics in an undistracted manner.
I like it.
So
like a podcast kind of stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so we're going to start with the comic book new releases of. We'll do last week's.
Okay.
This week's. Yeah. So we'll do this week's. We'll put up any cool comic book covers here, and hopefully we're not too in the way. And we'll go from there. So my first notable cover was Aliens issue 8B, the second edition.
It's creepy.
Super creepy. I just like the cover. It incorporates the context well.
Yeah.
Got a nice face hugger on there. Amazing Spider-Man 78B.
I like the webs as background. Makes sense.
Yeah, it's cute. I like Deadpool being in it. And then there's C. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm not sure if that's like Ben Reilly as Spider-Man, but Venom-ized. And then if that's Black Suit Spider-Man in the background.
You wouldn't think they would use the Venom face if it wasn't Venom. Like, it is so his face, the tongue.
I mean, I don't follow Amazing Spider-Man that much, so...
You're true, there could be something to explain it. Oh yeah, this one. We were talking about this today. Yeah, it's...
So we're currently in the middle of watching Steven Universe. If you don't know Steven Universe, the characters in that show are Steven Universe, Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl. Mm-hmm. They're your main characters for the show. Essentially, their job is to collect gems.
And they usually put them in like bubble, just like this little lady's doing.
Going on here.
And Amethyst looks like this purple haired character. And what's her name?
And Garnet.
And Garnet. Yeah. They look like teenage versions of them, more human.
It looks like a teenage version of Steven Universe.
But there doesn't appear to be any link, which is weird. Like, it's probably a great story on its own, but it seems like it's breaching copyright and kind of just stealing some cute elements.
Let's take a look. Not really seeing a link.
There would be an obvious link if it was there. You'd say, like, adapted to comic or something. Like, it just...
Yeah, I would think so.
It seems a bit of a red flag, in my opinion.
Best of luck to them. Doesn't really seem like something I'd want to read, but who knows. Archie's 80th anniversary. Oh. Big congratulations to Archie, and also, how is this still running? Who is buying Archie comics?
Yeah, it is interesting. But there are some people, even our age, who just like it a lot for some reason.
I don't know many people my age who collect comic books in my area.
Yeah, true. But I mean...
Of those people, no one is into Archie. I think it's more elderly people.
So you think it's the kind of thing that they won't be a 90th or 100th Like, it may not get to
I
that point.
don't know.
Is it supply and demand, though, at this stage with comics, or are they such a big company that they can just keep pushing it even if they don't make much profit?
Well, I thought Archie Comics was its own company. Archie Publications.
But they would have done so... I don't know, I'm curious. I wonder if it's like their baby and they're just going to keep it going even if it doesn't make much profit. I want to know if anyone's bought one before.
Does anyone who's watching this still buy Archie Comics?
Or know anyone that has, because we don't yet. But it does seem like a thing sometimes, like when you're looking at comic book sales. People are selling them.
Yeah, they're getting rid of them also.
But they got them in the first place, like, you know?
I feel like they're up there with the Phantom, where it's kind of like your time has long come and gone.
Yeah.
And the kinds of people who still collect them have been for the past 60 years.
Is there like ironic collecting? Is that a thing? Like,
do you ironically collect Archie?
Like you could just be like, that's funny. Like,
I honestly don't know. You've got the Avengers Tech-On Avengers, the Black Panther tech suit.
Well, I want to do a zoom out because I hate how the bottom's like crops out, but it's so tiny that it's just pull it back a bit. It seems like a bad crop, just from a photography perspective.
I think the worst thing that Marvel are doing is leaning into tech.
Yeah. Well, it was mainly like jeans and, I don't know, like crossovers with animals and that kind of shit. Like it was like...
Yeah, but I think the problem with what they're doing is things like Iron Man, cool, just.
I wanted Iron Man to be the only...
Then you've got Spider-Man, the Iron Spider, and it's like, no.
Yeah, because then like anyone could be the Iron Spider.
Anyone could be the funny... Yeah, anyone could be Iron Spider.
At least with Tony Stark, because he was making them himself, it was his brain that was his superpower. But if he's just selling it off, it's now just
Now it's just a suit that
you
wear.
Like it's a rich people thing.
I understand that being bitten by a radioactive spider is the equivalent of just anyone, but it's not, because you can't just give someone that. Like, to be fair, the Spider-Verse is starting to lean more heavily into cloning genetic materials to recreate Spider-Man
I
powers.
prefer the idea of that though, because it's more physical rather than just like the fact that Tony Stark could just manufacture a whole bunch and live off it.
He could make millions. It's the whole...
And why isn't he?
It's like the Incredibles, where it's if everyone's super, no one will be.
Yeah.
And that's where tech takes it, to that whole... When everyone has access to this technology, no one isn't capable of doing this, which makes no one who wields the technology special. Just my personal vibe on tech. I'm being such a hater now, all of a sudden. So my bad.
That's fair. That's some we'll love, for sure.
Batman and Robin, and Howard. Is that Howard from Captain Underpants? Because I'm pretty sure there's a character from Captain Underpants named Howard.
Well, something about the style looks like Captain Underpants, but...
To Damian Wayne, there's nothing more important than protecting the streets of Gotham as Robin. But when he makes a critical mistake while out on patrol, Damian finds himself benched. And what's more, Damian's dad, Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, decides that starting over in a new school will be the distraction Damian needs. Unprepared for the challenge he finds in Howard, the smartest and most athletic kid in school, the boys' rivalry is instantaneous and fierce, and both are sure only one of them can be the best in their class. So it seems like a bit of a coming-of-age boy relationship. I think it's for kids, that one.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it's cute. Seems cute.
I love the idea of this one.
Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries 8 of a 12 limited series. Had I jumped on this at number 1, I don't think I'd have stopped. I think I'd have gotten the whole bunch, because I love Scooby-Doo and I love Batman. And
they just seem like they'll be in the same universe as well.
Yeah, well, because they've given them the Batman Adventures vibe, which is more like the animated series.
Yeah.
It definitely seems like these two, crime fighting duos would team up potentially.
Who owns Scooby-Doo?
Hanna-Barbera.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not, yes.
I think Hanna-Barbera still hold.
Yeah. Bit of a collab, why not?
But that's a good question. Who owns Hanna-Barbera?
Warner Brothers.
Hanna-Barbera owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, fair.
And Warner Brothers worked very close with DC.
Yeah. I think of them as being the same company for some reason, like very similar.
Never mind, DC is owned by Warner Brothers.
And that's why we make the connection.
There you go. So Warner Brothers owns both DC and... That makes so much sense. How have I never looked this up before? There you go.
It does make sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Who owns Marvel again? Oh, now Disney.
Disney.
But who owns Marvel?
Who owned Marvel?
Yeah, before
I
Disney.
think Marvel owned Marvel.
Really? They're the top of the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Who owned Marvel before DC? Before Disney.
Disney.
Ronald Perelman McAndrews and Forbes Holdings bought Marvel in 1989 from New World. The deal did not include Marvel Productions, which was folded into New World's television and movie business.
Is that Forbes guy linked to Forbes at all? Or am I just...
Yeah, no, I think it's Forbes, as in...
Did Stanley own Marvel? What a question.
No.
The question.
Did Stan Lee sell Marvel to Disney?
What a question.
Huh. Stan Lee didn't see a financial gain from the sale, but Disney agreed to continue paying him a lifetime annual salary of $1 million a year. That's pretty cute. Like, just because he did. Like, I don't know why he'd bother, but...
The two parties immediately agreed on a one-time $10 million settlement. Interesting. How long did he live after that? How did that work out?
That was 2009. So he got 10 million...
More than...
Like about a 10 or 11 million. Samesies.
Yeah. Got it, all at once, why not?
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go.
Deep diving.
Yeah, we learned a bit about Marvel and who owns DC and all that.
Why not?
Hanna-Barbera. Batman Urban Legends #9. Got some really cool covers there. You get what is that? It's like a Star Wars baddie.
Yeah, that's all I see.
Star Wars. Yeah, I'm just seeing Star Wars here.
It's because of like the fog and everything as well, that kind of vibe. And I don't mind it, but it is just a bit overdone.
It is a bit. There you go. There's a little cosplay for you.
Cute. I love
Let me just cover these bits.
it.
Cover that.
Copyright.
No, not the copyright. Covering the naughty bits.
Not copyright. Yeah, no, I meant censorship.
It's funny, this one. You've got this cover, and then you got this cover. What is the
That is so
difference?
funny. It depends on which lingerie you want to pick. As the viewer.
Yeah, it's for one, just two different kinds of lingerie.
What's your style?
There you
Just
go.
looking at a fashion website at this table. Which one? And that one's a very similar style. The Better Place to... I keep forgetting. What's the comic book we're reading at the moment?
Saga.
Yes.
Anyone else reading Saga at the moment? We're on to issue 10, 9, 10, somewhere around there.
I don't want to spoil, but it's just the style of that character looks a lot like a community of people inside.
I'm seeing more Ice Cream Man.
Oh yeah. It is Ice Cream Man as well. I get you. There might be a link.
Like if this had a more dark premise.
I just realised all the drawings in there.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't know why. I need to update my glasses. If I squint.
Black Manta 3B. That is a cool cover.
Very epic.
I like the shark coming in the foreground as opposed to just being in the sloppy background like those other sharks.
That one feels more like art. Like, that's well thought out. It's funny seeing all the kid ones pop up. Like, we're just like, not for us.
You know what's funny though is you get all the kids comics and then you get like these nude girls. And it's kind of
like Cat Ninja and titties.
just full on. Imagine just like a 10-year-old going through this and being like, I want that one.
Yeah, it is. It's
So I don't know what the Cimmerian Beyond the Black River is, but this is issue 2. So this is 2A. Standard kind of warrior-based thing, and that's by Richard Pace, the cover. But then you've got this one by Fritz Cassas, the Cimmerian #2. And what I'm noticing here is spitting image of Thor 367, the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill. Surely, and this has to be an homage cover.
Is that one a white background as well? Or is it more just the actual stance?
So this is...
oh wow, it's a white background as well. Yeah.
So Thor 337. Sorry, not
it's
67.
the first. Go back to the...
Just a sec.
newer one.
So that's Thor 337.
Yeah.
Like even just shattering the...
Is the first letter destroyed in the... Yeah, there's
it's
bush
the
down.
exact same.
Yeah.
Even that little shape, whatever that shape is, it's not really related. You've got the homage cover to Beta Ray Bill's first appearance. So that's kind of funky. I'm not sure whether it's positive for a company like Ablaze, which I've never heard of, to be doing something as random as...
It's a bit of a risk.
As homaging Marvel covers.
Playing with the big boys.
McFarlane's Spider-Man covers get ripped by every other artist. You know how we have the Pizza Man or whatever it was?
Ah, yeah, no, I think that maybe you're showing it.
That book I got. There's an Australian comic called Pizza Man? Pizza Man #1. Yeah, Pizza Man.
Yeah. I love his grin.
And what you'll notice about Pizza Man #1 is that is Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man #1.
Yeah.
Right? So they're the same essential covers too.
Yeah, no, 100%. That one's a bit more subtle just because they look so different that it just looks like a position.
Completely different colours.
But that one's like...
Whereas from a distance, that looks like Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah.
That, if someone told me that was him, I'd be like, oh, cool variant.
Yeah, totally.
I
like this one.
Yeah, Citizen #3. I know nothing about this, but...
Get me Danny Phantom vibes for a second.
Danny Phantom vibes, not wrong.
I don't know if it's the colours or what, but...
It definitely... It is giving me Cartoon Network vibes. Whether it's, Powerpuff Girls or Danny Phantom or... Yeah, it does definitely come across as a Cartoon Network vibe. Which is cool. I love a good Cartoon Network vibe. Deadpool, Black, White and Blood, #4. Kind of funky looking. Standard Deadpool cover from the looks of it. Nothing overly special.
I wonder if the comics are funny. I assume they would be. I wonder if it translates as well.
I've got his first appearance and I've read that, and his humour doesn't come across there because he hasn't landed as a character that, I'm a break the fourth wall kind of guy very much.
Yeah, okay. How old is that one, though?
That was New Mutants 80.
Because it's a lot older than the movies?
Yes. 1995 or something?
Yeah, okay. So yeah, there's a big gap.
Where are we? It
is... less of a personality.
1991, sorry.
Yeah, okay. Damn. Well,
so
he's had some time to develop personality.
About 25 years between the movie and that comic to develop a sense of humour. Which he did perfectly. You got Namite Lives, which is a Vampirella stick. Oh. So Vampirella's bald now?
Who knows? Might be a disguise or something. We don't know the story. I don't actually know her as a character.
Me neither.
I have no idea what she does. I just know her costume's cool and she looks good. And
yeah, it's just a sexy boss lady vampire.
100%. And there's so much of her that's come out. I feel like every time we look through one of these, she feels like one of the main comic books at the moment.
Yeah, but I don't know anyone who collects Vampirella.
No, and when you speak about it, no one really seems to know what we're talking about either. You say it, people are like, okay.
Yeah, even people who do boudoir art and stuff.
100%. When it feels like she's representing that quite well.
Yeah. The Eternals, we haven't seen the movie yet, but I hear the end credits are meant to be as good as the movie itself, so...
Is it leading into a second movie?
I don't spoil it by knowing what the end... I don't know. We're not playing
I'm
that.
so curious.
Going on, you got Future State Gotham, G.I. Joe, which I couldn't care less about. Godkiller, Tomorrow's Ashes. This was a cover that you noticed before we started filming.
Well, it's because it's kind of cute, kind of sexy, kind of stabby, kind of
effed up.
Yeah, it's just interesting. I like action-based moments.
You
I
like
think
girl
it's
on
pretty good.
girl stuff, and you know it.
Well, it's partly that. It's very pretty, but it's also just like it's cool seeing actual action take place.
Now
Like that's a millisecond.
Tell me how you feel about Harley Quinn, the animated series, the Eat, Bang, Kill tour.
Also very cutesy.
Oh, wow. Why, Sheridan? Why?
These girls are pretty.
Because girls are pretty. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
It's all that ever needs to be said, and it explains a lot.
And you got the bee cover as well.
Aww. So is she saying turtle?
Look, it's a turtle.
And she's like, what's a
Poison Ivy's
turtle?
like, yeah, that-
Wait, what's a turtle? It's Poison Ivy, the like creature queen.
I like that her shirt says green-thumbed goddess.
Yeah.
But also gross, potentially. Anyway, I wonder how they kiss. Or if they can't kiss because of Poison Ivy.
Well, I don't know anything about Harley Quinn. I don't actually know what is she, like, can she heal really fast or something?
No, so Harley Quinn's just a psychologist or psychiatrist who was working at the Gotham Insane Asylum, Arkham Asylum.
And is she, like, trained up or something?
So she was initially charged as being the Joker's psychiatrist, right?
Yeah.
And then falls in love with him.
Yeah.
And then slowly realizes and becomes insane.
Yeah.
And helps him escape, and he starts using her, and they become this toxic bonded couple.
Yeah.
And that's about it. She's just a crazy woman.
That's so strange. I thought she was,
Powered.
superhero.
I'm sure there's versions where she's superpowered in some ways, but...
No, that makes a bit more sense. I get you.
Yeah. I Am Batman. That's
That's so scary. It scares me. It's a thick boy.
Really?
Well, it's not Batman to me. And I know that he has the Batman mask, but that is Hulk wearing the Batman mask in the shadows.
It's not Batman. It's a young Jace Fox.
And does Jace Fox just look like that when he's just like walking around as a human?
I get the vibe he's like modern day buff guy. Like...
But even if that was like The Rock, it's like is that exaggerated for the cover? Is it that, or is it literally you're seeing that huge bulky dude?
There's the B cover.
That looks more like okay, it's excessive, but like it still looks more like a human,
Got long thighs.
James Bond. I didn't know there were James Bond.
James Bond Himeros. I guess that's a place.
Yeah, I think so.
While the setting excludes the allure of sun, sand, and fun, this deadly island is no playtime retreat. It's sun, sand, and misery for all those who visit, and up to Bond to put an end to the deadly circle once and for all.
Is it like it wasn't
That's
originally comic books, was it? That's cool.
No, it was originally novels.
Yeah, and then it went movie, and then
It was
comic.
Ian Fleming, the guy who did Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
The book.
I think so.
Oh wow, damn, that guy did pretty well with himself too.
It came out alright. You got the Joker, number 9. This is the A cover.
It gives me like a lino printing vibe with just too many lines.
Oh yeah, I can see that. There is a lot going on. It's a very noisy cover.
Because I'm staring at it a lot, but not because I'm loving it, but because I'm just trying to understand the layers. Like, it almost looks like right underneath the title, like that's saying something else. I think it's the mirror of the Joker.
Where's that?
These patterns back here look like they
So
are
those
writing.
the patterns under the Joker, they're like a building in the background.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's hard. Like,
And it could even be that the building's on fire. We can't really tell. We're not really being privy to that just based on the cover.
It's just a lot of effort to look at. And I'm just
Yeah, it is a lot.
mentally overwhelmed.
It is very overwhelming. But the interesting thing is that's Commissioner Gordon. So why is Commissioner Gordon and the Joker being arrested?
Buddies.
Yeah, maybe.
It's interesting. It's a very good like clickbait kind of cover. Like you might grab it, just be like, oh, I wonder what that's about.
I mean, from the story-wise, it comes across as a really cool story.
Who was that up here? I love her outfit. And the cheeks are cool.
This is the Joker 9B.
Like the circle cheeks. It's like those, what am I thinking of? Those like cute Japanese cats. I don't want like the... Like it works in the nose. It's all pretty unusual.
I honestly don't know who that is as a character.
It's weird that she's the only one on it.
Yeah. And so, yeah. And then that's the matching Joker cover.
Yeah. Jeez. He's a creepy one.
He's a little creepy.
Kiss. I shouldn't be so judgmental, but just like something about it. I'm like, remember on Comic Book Man?
Yeah.
What's his face? Like just obsessed with it.
Yeah. The we haven't watched that in so long.
No, we used to be able to just roll with their names off the tongue. Like the main dude that does the selling, essentially. Yeah. But yeah, he was obsessed with it, but he's really into like monsters, and I feel like it's like a human monster kind of vibe. It's so specific though.
I just can't get around Kiss. I never will. Like they're a band. There shouldn't be, comic books and toys non-stop.
Having said that, I'm surprised Gorillaz hasn't come out with a comic book using the characters.
That's actually a good point. The band Gorillaz, if anyone's a fan of Feel Good and Dare and Clint Eastwood and their more modern stuff. I've always loved the Gorillaz, but even their toys and stuff, like whenever I see an ad for their toys, I always just think, reject false icons, which is their whole premise of the band itself, is to not buy into the fact that you should be commercializing individuals.
It's a little
or specific
hypocritical, that's
niche
for
groups.
sure.
So yeah, it kind of defeats its own existence by selling out. That being said, the music's great, and I think Damon Albarn himself has his own things going on beyond Gorillaz these days. Bit unrelated, but yeah. Ooh, Man Bat, the trade paperback.
I hate that. Like, it's not that I actually dislike it. It makes me
really
feel
cool.
so uncomfortable because bats are so cute, but they're so gross. Like, I hate the ear. Reminds me of Spider. Everything about that's too spidery for me. Don't you think?
It doesn't remind me of a spider. It's creepy. It reminds me of a bat.
Makes me feel a bit odd.
But it's dark. It's
Where's socks? What was I looking
scary and threatening. The curse. Man-Eater's cursed.
That is so northy to me. That doesn't make any sense to the audience, but very like...
Northy just means indie.
Like...
Hipster.
Hipster vibe,
Modern hipster.
And I'm not even against it. It just looks like a cute magazine cover.
Everyone has that part of town in their city where the 20 to 30-year-old hipsters live. Ours is north side of the city, so we call them Northies. Northy.
It's not even a negative term or anything. It's just like that's the style I think of. Like
it's
that kind of vibe.
Same as hipster. It's not an insult to be or get called a hipster. That's just, people can use it derogatorily, but more often than not, it's just a defining term.
Interesting.
We've got May's book, 3A.
I really like this one. Not necessarily like the context of the dog and the couple and all that, but more the style. Like the fact that the title's all like one line. Like that kind of technique and just the colours and everything.
Yeah, it doesn't look beautiful.
But
it works for whatever context they're trying to do.
It's interesting. It makes me wonder what it's about though, because
I'm interested too, but at the same time I haven't started it yet, so to see issue 3, I always hate seeing issues that aren't issue 1 of stories I haven't read or seen. Yeah. Because I feel like I've been left out already.
But bunch.
But I think that they know that's what's going on, which is why they reboot series so quickly. Which is why you see the 4th series of characters that were introduced 10 years ago.
Yeah,
How can they already be onto the 4th series after 10 years? And it's, well, because issue number 1 sells better than other issues. No one's buying issue number 118 of a series they've never seen. Or even heard or read about. But if it's issue number 1 of series 4, now all of a sudden it's, what story am I jumping into?
What was that one called?
What's that?
This one. I keep seeing a bunch that are landscape. Like I've never seen comics that were landscape before. Obviously, I'm very new to this, but
I mean, it's very old school, isn't it?
Was it a thing more back in the day?
Yeah, but it's also comes across more like either a kid's book or a graphic novel or some other version of something else.
I don't mind it. It's just I really struggle to see it as a comic. I don't know why. Do they CGC it sideways? Like how would it? Is it like a different one? Is it like a sideways one? Probably not.
Yeah, they probably would put it in
I'd hate that.
the wrong way.
Yeah, like sideways.
I don't know. Have you guys ever had a wide comic or graphic novel CGC'd, and do they have a different case for it?
I feel like we would have seen it before.
Or did they just put it in sideways?
It'd be sideways. Yeah, I hate that. To me, that just...
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why you can't. Like, it's not why you can't, but what makes it difficult.
So this one's No One Left to Fight 2. And this is issue 2A, and this is issue 2B.
Always wanted.
So I don't actually have a problem with a lot of the style of lighting. I have a problem with the colouring.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind the vibe of having seen both covers. Because now it gives me that whole neon purple yellow vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
But the B cover in particular, it just blends into the same crap. It's like all the worst parts of Guardians of the Galaxy slapped together.
Yeah, no, it is that very, very much that vibe. Yeah, I'm a huge fan. This one, I love, but I hate. It makes me so uncomfortable because I've never thought about this fear. But I would freak out instantly. So
this is North Bend Season 2, issue number 1A. And yeah, like you've got the book that's reflecting well. And then you've got...
Nah. I don't want to think about that. To me, it's like I don't want to be in that reality. I wonder if it is like a scary sort of vibe. Must be.
It is. After visiting the ghosts of his past, paranoia takes hold as he gets first-hand experience of the crippling mind-control drug DV. Jamie receives a stunning revelation about Brendan, and a greater, more sinister enemy is revealed in the trippiest issue yet.
Interesting. That was a good little summary.
You got Nyx. I don't know what Nyx is, but...
Lots of boobies.
It's another Dynamite issue, so you know it's going to have a sexy girl on the cover.
Is that what it means? Is that what Dynamite means?
No.
Okay. I don't know.
So Dynamite also does The Boys.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which, you know, they actually do sex heavy.
Yeah.
Both male and female characters.
I thought it was like a rating thing for a second. Like Dynamite was like X. Or
no, it's by Dynamite Entertainment.
Ah, yeah, fair. Who are known for that? Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. Jesus. So you got
a lot of Nyx.
Yeah, you got about 20 different covers, maybe more. About 20 covers of that Nyx. So Sheridan mentioned before how much she liked the back of this comic. Pearls awaits the tide.
I just love that they did the reflection. And I know that seems kind of obvious, but there will be a lot of stuff like this, like mixed media, where they don't. And I believe it more. I want to see them in this world.
Yeah, I wonder what this is, whether this is actually, you know, whether it focuses on the main guy there buried in the sand.
Or if it's these little characters.
Or if it focuses on the little characters.
I think it's the little characters.
I hope it's the little characters.
Yeah, totally.
But I've been fooled and burned before.
It's Pennyworth, like regular Pennyworth.
What's regular Pennyworth?
I was thinking of something else. You know the clown. What's that?
The clown.
Balloon and all that.
Oh, Pennywise.
Ah, yeah.
So Pennywise is the clown from It.
Yeah.
But
Is this
no,
not-
Pennyworth.
Wait, is this Penny
Penny.
from like Avengers, like the wife of Captain America?
Peggy. Peggy.
Delete me from this planet.
That's Peggy Carter.
Oh my god.
That's okay.
I can't believe it, like the slipping up so
Alfred Pennyworth.
Okay.
You know Alfred Pennyworth?
Oh no, Alfred.
Take a look at this.
Yeah, so it's Alfred from Batman.
Bam.
Yeah.
So I get the vibe this is from when he was a bit younger, but I honestly don't know.
Well, no, just...
Continuing the high-octane story of the early years of Gotham's most famous butler.
Yeah, that's fun.
There you go. So it's young British Pennyworth.
But yeah, fun. Look. It's actually really confident. I was like, I know something.
Happens all the time. Don't stress.
I was guessing. Wait, what's that one called? Just want to read it.
This one.
Oswald's.
Regarding the matter of Oswald's body.
Ah, so it's like a crime
So
mystery.
this is 1A. Yeah, I think it's a crime mystery.
That's very
Where is Lee Harvey Oswald's body? Lee Harvey Oswald, the guy who assassinated JFK,
Oh, okay,
I think. The Kennedy assassination is a rat's nest of conspiracy theories, mafia involvement, the second gunman, government cover-up, but the most important chapter of this sordid tale may just be the theory that the body buried at Oswald's Rose Hill gravesite is not actually Lee Harvey himself.
Okay,
There you go. So it must
that's a fun idea.
play on the whole concept of conspiracy theories regarding Lee Harvey Oswald and the JFK assassination and possibly more.
For sure.
You got Batman and Robin, number 1 of 3. That's a very short,
So
limited
cute.
series.
It's like
Yeah, so
12-year-old.
looks like it's going back in time. The legendary story of Batman and Robin has reached mythic proportions. The crime-fighting dynamic duo always one step ahead of criminals. This is the story of a young Dick Grayson, newly orphaned, struggling to find his way in a strange, difficult, dark new world. Yeah, there you go. So it's a young versions. The B cover's quite fun.
Very watercolory.
Yeah.
Just chill.
I don't know if anyone ever watched Old Tom, the animated series, the
You know
Australian.
the guy, like the cat with the swirly eyes?
I think
Yeah, no, it is that style.
Yeah.
I was so young when that came out.
Tom!
Yeah. That's all that happened in every episode to me. Like, I don't remember anything else.
It's just like a rascally version of Garfield, essentially.
Yeah.
But an Australian rascally version of Garfield.
I feel like it was one of the only Australian cartoons I watched growing up that I knew was Australian through and through. We would have, like, we're from Australia, we would have had others.
Young
But
Elvis.
not many.
Did you ever watch Young Elvis?
No.
Does
Does it actually look like Elvis? Is it that style?
So it's the... it's...
Oh my god, I just Google Young Elvis, like that's gonna help.
Or Lil Elvis? Lil Elvis.
Ah,
It's
yeah.
called Lil Elvis. Lil Elvis Jones.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't like it just
Fair
based
enough.
off that. I feel like but like, the old cat thing was called, what was it called? Cat Tom Jones.
Oh my gosh, now I've forgotten. We just had Old Tom. Old Tom.
Old Tom. Yeah. Yes, the swirly eye thing always stuck with me.
There you go.
Nostalgia.
We've got Sonia Versal. I've never been into Sonia.
I don't really know it.
Read Sonia myself.
Mm.
I don't know anything about her either myself. But she exists, and she does a lot of these sexy cosplay covers.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I don't want to be on a horse, but I get around, you know.
Yeah,
so
no,
fun.
but it would be cool to be the sexy cosplay version.
For sure, even though it's probably it's bought the least, but it would be still kind of fun. I could be wrong, I just assumed they'll be bought less because they're photos over art,
Don't know.
over like graphic art.
Maybe for the people who don't want to buy sexy magazines.
Totally. So many Star Wars.
Yeah, there's a few Star Wars things. I don't get into reading Star Wars. That's not what Star Wars is. You don't read Star Wars, you watch it. I've always felt that way about it, and I always will. I've never owned or thought about owning a Star Wars comic, regardless of its value or
That's fair.
potential rarity. I just don't care.
Strange Academy, so it's Doctor Strange's Academy?
Yeah, it's Doctor Strange's Academy. Or it's the Academy of
Yeah.
the Strange.
Yeah.
So I get the vibe they've been talking about these kids potentially becoming the Sorcerer Supreme and stuff.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, so there's that.
Bachelorette party, what the hell is all that? That's so I didn't
The more you point out, the more of these things I've got to find.
I know, right? Oh.
So yeah, this looks like crap. But you know, I'm sure people get into this kind of stuff sometimes.
It could be good, you never know, but it's just... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Just naturally from the name alone, I'm like...
Titans United. This is the coolest cover I've seen of the evening, I reckon.
Yeah, no, there's a lot that's said.
Well, it's Beast Boy, Beast Man. I don't know if he ever changes his name to Beast Man eventually. He's just Beast Boy forever.
Oh, yeah, I like the text on the building.
Oh yeah, he's Beast Boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's cool to see him transitioning from an ape to a wolf and then again to Beast
I didn't even
Boy.
know that's how it works. Interesting.
We can turn into just about any
Not a bad way to be.
any physical animal, I believe. I don't know if he can turn
True.
into it. Trover Saves the Universe #4.
Oh, these are the cutest faces. I think it's fun. Good on Rick and Morty.
I haven't gotten into it
keep
myself.
spreading it.
Rick and Morty is another one of those ones where I'm more often than not. I want to watch it rather than read it.
Yeah.
That being said, I've got the first appearance of Rick and Morty. I think we already did that. Talked about that.
Not in this version.
Yeah.
Nah, I saw you skip over Rick and Morty when it was fast the second time.
Oh.
I thought it was purposeful, so I just went with it.
No, well, yeah, I've got the first appearance of Rick and Morty on his little chic tract. It's this tiny little book that came with season 1.
Yeah, most people wouldn't know that's the first one.
Yeah, so a lot of times people get their Rick and Morty #1 graded and they're like, why doesn't it say first appearance of Rick and Morty? And that's because it's not the first comic appearance. The first comic appearance is in this tiny little chic tract.
It wouldn't happen very often.
No, it wouldn't.
Beginning of Vampirella.
Yeah, we noticed that Vampirella has about 30 plus variants.
Many. And I remember last time we sat down and did this off camera, there were so many. And it made me feel like Vampirella is one of the main comic books at the moment, yet no one knows what we're talking about when we mention it. And we know nothing about it.
Yeah,
So she looks good. That's it, pretty much.
Yeah, no.
But I can't imagine it's that interesting. Oh,
There you go.
I love that. I love wedding-based covers, though. I think they're really cute. Because their dresses are usually really unique. Like, that's the reason why I'm like, yes.
Well, Vampirella's, this one's like all sheer, all sex, like...
It's cool. It's cool. But I love that about
Is that what we're going to wear for our wedding?
I'd love to. It'll be fun recreating one of the outfits. I like the other one. I like the is it the Batgirl or Kal-El? The one you bought.
The What If?
Yeah.
I think that's just...
Is it just a white dress?
Spider-Man and Catwoman and Black Cat.
Yeah. I feel like that looked cool though.
What if
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man, Black Cat?
Black. My god, I feel like I just spoiled something. It's just like... Oh yeah, she's just in her outfit. Yeah.
It's just them together.
But there is
and that's a play on the...
Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of another wedding. Oh no, it's this cover.
No, it's that cover.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Like, that's fun.
So the Amazing Spider-Man annual...
Giant size annual.
No, annual...
Nah.
It's not. It's the annual number... Like, its size is irrelevant.
Yeah,
It just happens to be. 21? 21. Yeah, I think it's 21. Because then 22 is the first appearance of Speedball.
Okay.
That's that cover.
Okay.
Yeah, I got him CGC'd. You can't not know that one.
True.
Venom number 1.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like how the chain is like his tongue. Like it just all kind of works.
It's very thematic and working for it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Again, I love action shots.
I can't help but feel like a chain shouldn't belong to anyone other than Ghost Rider. It's Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's the guy.
Fair. That's funny. Well, that one's creepy. All the Venom ones are very...
So I think I might have ordered this variant as well.
That's cool, like a mid-transformation.
Yeah, with Eddie Brock underneath. I presume Eddie Brock. I don't know the story that they're going to go with. But...
Fair. That's interesting.
This one looked kind of interesting. What's the furthest place from here, number 1?
Well, it makes me wonder what the hell it's about, because it could be anything.
It's a post-apocalyptic coming-of-age story from 4 kids walk into a bank. From 4 kids walk into a banks, Tyler Boss and Matthew Rosenberg. The world has ended, all that remains are gangs of children living among the ruins. But Sid believes there must be something more out there. When she disappears into the wastelands, her gang will risk everything to bring her home. A story about the things that matter most. Your survival, your loved ones, and your record collection. So it sounds like a combination between The Runaways and, what's that other show where they read that comic book and everything and it's a prophecy? They made a show about it and it had...
I'm not sure.
Anyway, that was a cool looking thing.
You know, it is quite interesting actually.
I'll look it up and I'll put the name of whatever that show was that it reminds me of there.
Yeah, I can't think of what that would be.
But yeah. So that's what's the furthest place from here, number 1. You got Wonder Woman stuff and World of Archie Double Digest 114. I'm not even going to put it up. I don't care enough about the Book of Archie.
Fair.
Shifting across to comicbookaroo.com. Yeah. Just get a few more realistic local comics from the big guys. You got Batman's Secret Files, The Gardener number 1. So the Gardener's a new supervillain who's all about eco-terrorism.
Is that not just Green Ivy, like the red hair and everything?
Oh, it looks like a bald black man. But...
Oh, sorry, but the girls...
Yeah, that's Poison Ivy.
Yeah, Poison Ivy, Green Ivy.
The person there.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I was going to say, I was like, did they really just straight up steal it?
DC stealing their own properties.
I know, like, come up with original ones.
Oh, my mistake. The Gardener is a woman.
Oh, okay. And then...
I mean, could I be... I could probably be forgiven for thinking that looked like a man.
Fair. But it's like the overly wide shoulders and all that. Nah, I betcha.
Yeah, they suited them up. You got Nice House on the Lake, number 6. I'm a bit of a fan of Nice House on the Lake. It's a really interesting story, so keeping up with that.
Yeah, fair.
Ooh, that's a cool Nightwing cover. Nightwing 86. So from the looks of it, it must be incorporating what's coming up, which is the Batgirls number 1.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's beautiful. Everything about that, it's nice.
Yeah, that's a really cool cover.
Just works.
So
well polished.
That's the B cover, the cardstock variant. I've heard some bad things about Fear State, as in mediocre things about Fear State, things that I'm not going to bother dipping my toe into for the reason.
I actually kind of like that one. I think I saw it before, but who's up there?
So that's Amazing Spider-Man 78. We were looking at the other cover.
Yeah, who's that creep?
Looks like Morbius.
Yeah.
So that's your boy Morbius.
Yeah.
Your boy?
Of course, my boy.
You know, your boy.
We're going Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
You like Jared Leto.
Yeah, I know.
She's a Jared Leto fan.
I don't like that being linked to Jared Leto. That seeing that face, I'm like.
Yeah.
But his face does work for creepy characters, though. It
Now,
makes sense.
there's a movie we'll probably see. Morbius when that comes out.
Yeah, fair.
Blue and Gold, number 4. I'm a big Blue and Gold fan. I'm just under the impression that Blue and Gold will eventually be the first buddy superhero movie, and I'm all about the idea of a buddy superhero movie.
That makes
Because
sense.
it's kind of boring watching one guy come into his own, and it's like, yeah, no, I get the plot. I know where it's going. It's
There's
like,
less bench.
eventually you're going to either come into your own or you're not.
yeah.
Whereas with a buddy duo, at least they can come together and you don't know
And it doesn't
what's
have to
gonna
be
happen
romance necessarily. Like, it's, yeah, no, I get you.
You got Dark Ages, number 3. I think I like the bromance concept. Yeah.
For sure,
I think we need some bromance in that. I mean, your target audience is predominantly young males.
Yeah, but you
so
could
getting that bromance concept
100%,
going.
like just normalizing it. I think that's a good idea.
Dark Ages, number 3. I like the concept of Dark Ages as well. Just funky covers going on.
Yeah, no, they're good. They work.
Nothing too new on Comic Bookaroo that we haven't already covered. You just get some cool covers. You got Green Lantern number 8. Something about the Green Lantern covers, whether it's because you've got a black woman now on the covers as Green Lantern, and green and black, they contrast really well.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if you noticed how ugly we look against this green background.
It's very unflattering.
It's not flattering.
Caucasians,
No,
like
100%.
it looks gross.
But I think on black textured skin and stuff, like, it looks really cool. And that's why, along with that B cover, which looks amazing, that there's an issue I got of Green Lantern out of nowhere. I don't collect Green Lantern. I hate the concept of Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Because it's silly. It's just silly. But I like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
But issue 5.
Cool.
Alright. What we're going on about was number 8 is a cool cover. And sorry, our memory card just died. So this is a long video. It's an unusually long video, but if you like it, please like and subscribe and do all the shit that people do. But cover 8B, beautiful. Cover 5, I think this might be a B cover too, is one of the coolest covers I've ever seen ever. I love dark covers with black ink, black stuff going on.
And you have this one, which is cool.
Yeah, anything with a black background, cool. Even white or coloured. Like, just do something. Make me feel something. That cover just emulates what I feel Green Lantern is entirely about.
Oh, for sure. I can see that.
It's a cool cover. Kang the Conqueror, number 4.
Kang the Conqueror.
I don't know anything about Kang the Conqueror, but that's a funky looking cover.
That one looks cute, wouldn't it?
Mamo number 5. Mamo number 5.
I know, I literally...
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
I was like, what's that?
Again, ha! Girl on girl action. You love it.
Girls are pretty, okay? I didn't even notice. I don't notice half the time. I think it's because
to be fair, that is a very, very cute cover.
100%. I think it's often because when it's, as you say, girl on girl, it's more like affectionate and cutesy, where I feel like it's more likely to be sexual when it's a male and a female, and then it's just like sexual, like they're overly revealing, when neither of them are revealing. It's just cute.
To be fair, one of my favourite covers of the year has been Crush and Lobo. The Pride edition.
Yeah, no, that one was beautiful. I love that one.
Yeah, one of my favourite covers.
Looks like Instagram.
Nubia and the Amazons. 5 minutes.
Is that alright?
Okay.
Thanks for that.
Pizza.
There's not as many on here as there.
No. So this is just what this
Oh yeah, it's Australian. That makes sense.
Australian site has gotten in.
Interesting. And a lot of sold out as well. Oh, Shark Boy. And Water Girl.
Suicide Squad King Shark number 3. That's a scary looking cover.
That makes me feel so uncomfortable.
Doesn't it? How scary is sharks? How cool is it? I like King Shark as a concept of a character. My favourite cover was the one I ordered recently. I think it was the number 1 of this comic. But it was a variant. I'll get it up here. It may even be by the same guy, Francesco Martina.
Oh, it just makes me feel weird. Because when you think of sharks, you don't think of them out of the water. You think of their fin and like, I don't know. It's like it's like looking at us. It's creepy.
Yeah.
Supergirl. That Supergirl was in like the costume they had.
I don't know. I'm not even going to bother putting it up here.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I was more just curious. Nice Theo.
You got Superman, son of Kal-El. Do you like this cover?
Yeah.
No, you just want anything.
And they both have the Superman jawline as well.
You love it.
I just love though. I pointed out all the ones that
It's
were
true. Yeah, I mean, even the Vampirella.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Wedding cover and stuff, you're a fan.
100%.
So you're just a sucker. You're just like a romantic sucker. Like, it's...
100%.
You're too...
It's very cutesy. It's so innocent in art as well. Like, it just,
yeah,
nice.
well, I think that's about it.
So wait, is Superman gay in that one?
Superman's son.
Ah, wait, is he wearing Superman's?
Yeah. So I haven't actually read it. I haven't read it, so I don't know.
Yeah, okay,
I'm gonna make the assumption that the mother is Lois Lane.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he just looks like a young Superman, so it's hard to know.
Yeah.
DC Pride. Yeah, fair. That makes sense.
I thought Pride was over though. Or whether this is just like a...
It's probably just a range now.
Maybe.
I imagine. They probably did quite well during Pride Month and maybe they just went with it.
Maybe.
Or started some in Pride
Well,
Month.
I think the whole concept of making Superman this is a big deal.
Yeah, no.
Like, it's like, welcome to the new
100%.
Superman. I mean, they haven't owned it. It's not Superman. It's Superman, son of Kal-El.
Is Superman in it as a character?
I presume so.
And Superman's accepting and everything? I imagine so.
I haven't actually read it.
Imagine if they made Superman not accepting as like a...
That's cover A.
Yeah, okay.
But that looks like...
Interesting.
I think that's the son of Kal-El. But I can't tell.
One per person limit. Is that on most of them?
Yeah, on this side.
Yeah, fair.
Not for all things, but just for some things.
Yeah, that's fair. Good way to do it.
Yeah, so thank you for joining me for this month's edition
It's very fun.
of What's New in Comics.
I love analysing art.
You too. Thank you so much for joining us on the Comic Vault.
Yes.
That's our name. Yeah, that's the name of the series we're doing. And yeah, stick around. I'll show you some more random comics that I'll be getting in the mail very soon. My biggest thing I'm waiting for is Throg. He's my new favorite character. This is Throg, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know Throg, it's a frog Thor. It's Thor.
You now know Throg.
It's Thor as a frog.
I always feel like I'm going to say it wrong, but even though you can't, Throg. You just got to combine the words.
Yeah, so I'll go on about Throg next video too. Mm-hmm. So don't worry. If you want to hear more about Throg, tune in because Throgs are coming.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. Thank you again, and yeah, we'll catch you around.